up? I have no microphone stand, but I got two cameras. This one wasn't really in focus the other day, but it seems to be focusing a little better. Okay, cool. Yeah, hey. Welcome to SUPcast episode 92. I believe it's episode 92, and we're going to do a solo episode. This one I'm going to entitle Moving On, because that's what I'm doing. I'm moving on. In multiple aspects of my life, I'm moving on. It's a weird time, but it's also an exciting time, and we're going to talk about a little bit about the anxiety. But first, let's go to Facebook, because it's interesting. This clip has been going viral. I mean, not viral. I mean, it's got 140,000 views, and it's the same clip that went semi-viral on Instagram. It got 250,000 views, and this clip is of me introducing the song Pills, which it's funny because we wrote the song Pills in the year 2012, and I decided to go off antidepressants. And what's funny is now these motherfuckers are yelling at me for being a shill for Big Pharma. They're like, oh, you're on antidepressants, and you're telling people that you're on them, which means you're obviously condoning them and saying that it's the way to go. And this is the thing about antidepressants. If you want to take them, if you want to try them, and if you're at a point where you've tried everything else, you've tried yoga, you've tried exercise, you've tried eating right, you've tried talk therapy, you've tried psilocybin, and you're getting to the point where you're just like, I'm still morbidly fucking depressed, then maybe you should try antidepressants, you know? And if you take antidepressants, it's because there are side effects. Your dick doesn't work as well. If you take Zoloft, you're going to sweat a lot. When I took Zoloft for years and years, from 2006 until 2012, and I'd sweat so much. It was disgusting. I'm on Lexapro now. I'm on 5 milligrams a day, which according to some mental health professionals is like a placebo dose. Like it's not even enough to actually be working. So how am I actually functioning right now? Caffeine, and just trying to keep it together, man. Keep it together. And my fiance and I just bought a house. We closed on it yesterday. We spent yesterday tearing up carpet and stuff. I have back problems. This shit hurts my back. So I'm in pain. And my stress level has been so high that I'm not gritting my teeth, but I'm clenching my jaw to the point where not only do I have to wear a mouth guard at night, but when I wake up, my jaw is fucking terribly sore from clenching all night. But we'll get into that. We'll get into the whole idea of this podcast moving on. But first, let's read some comments. Let's read some comments on the recently viral clip. So this is what happens when people see me. And me introducing a song that I wrote with my friend Ron and Bobbins called Pills, which is funny because it's a song about how I don't need pills. But now when I introduce it, I say I'm on the pills. So it's funny when I'm singing the lyrics, I'm like, I don't need your pills. I don't need your pills. Fuck you, doc. I got this. I'm in control of my brain. The goal is to master the universe inside my brain. I don't need your pills. But as I'm introducing the song, I'm like, I'm on pills. Let's play the clip. Let me plug this in right here. Let's play the clip. Let's make a little podcast today. This is the last podcast in this studio because I'm moving to the new house. So we're moving on. It's a monumentous occurrence. We are now homeowners. We're homos. Homo-ners. We're homos. And it's a very exciting time. Allie, for the last 2 years, has had a very successful candle company, which put her in a position where she was considered by banks and mortgage companies to be what's called lendable. She has had a pretty good income for the last couple of years, and you know, I was able to benefit from that as well because I was her employee. I was her personal assistant helper guy for all of 2021. And in 2022 as well. So I was, you know, we're a team. So the team was winning for a while. Things are a little different now. She's going to be a real estate agent, and I'm still a creative, weird dude trying to make stuff and trying to make a living. And I make content for people. I've been doing videos and getting paid to do that for people. And I've been, what's the other thing I've been doing? I've been drawing again. Yeah. Here, let's pull this up. So let's pull up this clip. Okay, so the SUMPP Facebook page, SUMPP is the new project. The SUMPP Facebook page was at like 700 followers, and now it's at 3.1 thousand followers. And this all happened within the last couple of weeks because this I've been posting reels to friggin' Facebook. And some of that shit's been popping off. If you look right here, we're at 3.1K followers. And it's because this specific clip has got 140,000 views. Let's play the clip. How many of y'all have mental problems?
I am on a drug called Lexapro. During the pandemic, I wasn't on Lexapro. Then I started taking Lexapro. And now my girlfriend says I'm easier to be around. Is it working? Is it a placebo? I don't fucking know! But give me the pills.
Okay, and that's the thing, is what I'm saying on stage, and I'm like, is this shit working? Is it a placebo? I don't fucking know, because according to some people, being on 5 milligrams is a placebo dose. It's not enough to even feel the full effects, because I can still ejaculate and I can still maintain an erection. Okay? So, like, should I be taking 10 milligrams a day? But that's the thing, is I don't want to be on 10 to 20 milligrams of this shit, because I would like to take just a small dose, and maybe that will convince my brain that, hey, I'm taking something to lessen the effects of my anxiety and depression. But I'm not taking so much of it that my penis doesn't work. Okay? So I'm on stage and I'm like, I'm on a drug called Lexapro. Is it working? Is it a placebo? I don't fucking know. So is that me condoning the drug? No, it's just me saying I'm on it, and it might be working and it might not. But I'm on it. And I'm trying to deal with this anxiety and this depression that was bestowed upon me by my abusive father, growing up and being bullied my entire life. So yeah, here I am. Continue.
Just give me the pills. Just give me the pills. That's what this song is about.
The song is about actually not being on pills, which is the funny thing. So continue.
I can't handle life.
I can handle it, sort of. But it's nice to have a little help.
So I'm on pills.
I'm on pills.
I'm stuck. One day we will all be dead, so listen to the words that Grandma said. I got time to waste, paradise will fear those words, and this motherfucker put me here.
Okay, I still resonate with these lyrics. One day we will all be dead. So listen to the words that your grandma said. Ain't got time to waste, paralyzed with fear. There's a reason this motherfucker put me here. And it's kind of cheesy. It's kind of like cheesy rap lyrics, but I like it. There's a reason this motherfucker put me here, and this motherfucker being the universe, being God, being whatever, the creator, the great fucking what do you call it? Slot machine at the base of the universe that determines whether or not you exist. That's the motherfucker that put me here. So I exist, and I exist in my mind to do these things, and that's rock these tunes, rock this place, and rock your motherfucking face. And that's what I'm going to do every single day. I mean, I enjoy that the most. That's the activity I enjoy the most. Being alive is getting up on stage with a microphone. I enjoy it more than doing this podcast crap. I enjoy it more than making content. The thing I enjoy the most in the world is getting up on stage and, you know, making a bunch of noise and yelling at a bunch of strangers and spitting into the microphone. And, you know, that's my shit. I love it. I love it. I love it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Okay, 1 and 4. 1 and 4. 1 and 4. So here we go. Let's continue the clip. 4. And then we're going to read some of the comments.
Rock this toast, rock your place, rock your motherfucking face! Yeah!
Pills.
Pills! 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 How many of y'all have mental also problems, raise your hand.
So there you go. That's it. That's the clip. It's 1 minute of SUMPP, which at the time was just me wefted in a backing track. SUMPP this Saturday will be me and Ron and Dan. But SUMPP on this tour was just me and wefted in a backing track. So there you go. There you go. That's the clip. And yeah, Instagram, 250,000 views. And TikTok, it got thousands of views. I posted it multiple times because you can do that on TikTok. So now it is on its Facebook climb. 140,000 views and climbing. So let's read some of the comments. Let's see what people have to say about SUMPP, which is, it's SUMPP playing a Downtown Brown song that's over 10 years old. A song about not being on pills, but the intro is me saying I'm on pills. So everyone is confused, and it's a lot of fun. It's already got 5,000 likes. Let's read some of these comments right here. Because for some reason, people on Facebook, the only thing they can do is compare what they're watching to something else that exists, whether it's System of a Down or Tenacious D or some other shit. Okay, so like let's read some of these comments, and most of them are just like System of a Down vibes. Okay, yeah, we get it. This makes you think of something else. That's fine. I guess humans need to just compartmentalize things in a way where they're just like, this reminds me of this, therefore it makes sense. That's the only comment you can make is what it reminds you of. Like, what about what I'm saying? What about, I don't know, whatever. Let's read some of these comments. Ethan Nall says, Downtown Brown, play Poot in My Boot. And I'm just like, hey, this is my new thing. Holy feck, my fingers hurt just watching. Yeah, the guitar isn't that fucking crazy on this song. What am I watching? I can't tell if it's good or not. And then I respond, art is subjective. And Jared McNally says, I think this might be objectively badass. And some dude says, it's good. Here's a good one. Is this the child of Sam Kinison and Serge Tankian? Possibly. Dog Fashion Disco. Toured with them many a times. Yes. I guess this is Dog Fashion Disco vibes. Sounds like the singer from Green Jelly. Okay, I guess I sound like Bill Manspeaker. Sounds like a band from the 90s, Scatterbrain. Okay, cool band from the 90s. Sounds like Scatterbrain. Bass player needs a raise. I respond, $4.20 an hour. Yes. Here is a comment in Spanish. Es como Jack Black mixed con el tipo que canta wherever you will go. I don't know what that means. I think it means it's like Jack Black mixed with the tip of wherever you will go. I don't know. Reminds me of a band called Sublime. Yeah, no, I don't really think so. This easily reminds me of OG System of a Down. Okay, I'll take it. He looks like Steve the Pirate. I don't know who that is. Very old school Sublime-ish. I love it. I love you. Aw. You sound like Nick Swartzen, kind of. I respond, he's my uncle. Come to Denver. A mix between Mr. Bungle and Green Jelly. Okay. Here's a great one. This is 2000s. I said, and I responded, it's actually 2023. You should have a calendar app on your phone. And this person responds, sorry, it was the shitty camera spelled C-A-M-A-R-A, camera, that fooled me. And I responded with a gif of Ace Ventura. Here's a comment. I'm on Lexapro. This shit sucks. Stopped working after a year. So according to this person, they were on 30 milligrams and they didn't feel the effects. And I'm like, I'm on 5. This person's like, I'm on 30. That's the thing is, I'm not saying take these pills. They work for some people. They don't work for others. So pills don't help me. They make it worse. Doctors say my awareness is the curse. Yeah, once you become aware, our right-wingers will say once you become red-pilled like in the Matrix and you become aware that your surroundings are all an implementation of some sort of horrible society, it can make you sad, yeah. When you look around and all you see is pain and suffering and people can't get by in capitalism, it makes your brain go fucking nuts. When I was a little kid, I was pretty happy besides the abuse from my father because I looked around and I'm just like, I have the things I want. I have the Nintendo. I have friends. I can listen to Guns N' Roses on my tape player. Things are pretty chill. But, you get to be an adult and you're like, wait a minute, I need to make money? and dreams don't come true and everybody's suffering and war and tyranny and sadness, and it makes you sad. Okay, you guys rock. Earned my follow. Love this. Pinkly Smooth vibes. I think Pinkly Smooth is a Buckethead thing, so I'll take it. Sounds like System of a Down with less Claypool flavor. I'll take it. Here's someone saying that someone already did this, and it's the Squirrel Songs 4. Foamy the Squirrel apparently already wrote this exact song. And my response is, oh no, better delete my vid. Okay, here's one who was not expecting this, but that was fucking solid. I love this. Why do I relate to this? Well, because a lot of us have mental health problems. So to be singing a song about mental health and medication is, I think, something pretty relatable. I think that's why this clip keeps going semi-viral, getting hundreds of thousands of views, is because there's a lot of people suffering and there's a lot of people on meds trying to deal with that shit. Here's one. Dog Fashion Disco vibes. The bass line is sick. Yes, bass line written by Ron. Sick. Can definitely tell you're a System of a Down fan. I said, who? Lead guitarist and backup singer of System of a Down, Darren. I said, never heard of her. And then someone called me an uncultured swine. Where's the hate comments? Because a lot of this is kind of nice. Reminds me of Spastic Blur. Always been a fan. Anytime you'll be in BG. Here's a funny one. Sounds like Downtown Brown, Neil. Josh, who used to be in a band called Rule 22. Does he know that this is me? Because, yeah, my response is, imagine that. Kick Butt Coffee, fun spot. That's where the clip was from. Sounds like a combination of System of a Down and Iron Maiden. Someone saying I stole this bit from 22 Jump Street. Never saw the movie. If Dog Fashion Disco and Les Claypool had a kid and they hooked up with Green Jelly and had a kid, it would be this band. It's like Les Claypool stuck his dick in Green Jelly. I respond, hot. Fiddle Dave says punk rock is fuck awesome. Okay, where are the hate comments? I got a lot of hate on this too. Here's what I'm saying. Skip McFleece. Love how everyone immediately needs to identify the influences. And that's the question. This is great, like a diet version of Mr. Bungle. Primus inspiration. Why do I hear Primus and Frank Zappa? Very System of a Down. And dude, the whole rant was like 30 seconds of this video. The second 30 seconds of this video was the actual music, and it was just a clip of the music. The song is 7 minutes long. They remind me of Retardo Bot. That's a band we used to play with back in the day. Oh, here. Maybe you're easier to be around, but your music sure isn't. You guys suck. This is okay. Some hate comments. Good. This is like Butters and Nick Swartzen had a baby. The fuck is this? Pills here. Downtown Brown. Some people know that this is my new thing. Blah, 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 blah. Fire emoji. System of a Down vibe. Primus sucks. Following. Pills. Here's one. Stay selfish, gentlemen, and you can become a junkie all by yourself. That doesn't make any sense. Like, am I being selfless by telling the entire internet that I'm on Lexapro? So if I wanted to become a junkie by myself, I wouldn't tell anybody and I would just be a junkie. Because I guess being on Lexapro makes you junkie. I don't understand this comment. Here we go. Okay, and here's a good one. Seek spiritual enlightenment, no more pills. And I said, hail Satan. And this Julie person says, indeed, it's hard to actually look within and heal your mental health the natural way. Keep hailing Satan. I'm sure he will help. Cognitive dissonance. Maybe an exorcism might work. Narcissists usually deny they're sick. Hallelujah to the highest. Amen. Okay, so we got some Christians in here. What's funny is when you say hail Satan, because I had a Satanist on this podcast, you're actually saying hail thyself. So maybe that's where she thinks I'm a narcissist, because I deny that I'm sick. And what's funny is this whole clip is me saying, I can't handle life, so I'm on pills. Is that denial of having mental problems? How many of you all have mental problems? Raise your hand. That's how I start the clip off, and I raise my hand. So I guess by me saying, I have mental problems, I'm on pills, I'm denying being sick. These motherfuckers make no sense. Primus vibes. Wow, this is terrible. My response, Art is subjective. Relatable. Awesome song. This is trash. This is the Primus your mom told you had at home. And I respond, very original joke, because that's the Wish version. Or, honey, we have Primus at home. Next act, please. Fuck pills. Anyone that insists you take pill can fuck off too. Simple-minded cunts. I said, Cody, I ain't insisting on shit. Just telling my story. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so there you go. SUMPP in the news. SUMPP getting worldwide shares of a song that's over a decade old being performed with a dude and a drum machine and a bass player. So it's funny. Moving on, you would say that, are you moving on playing a 10-year-old song? And the answer is yes. Because different name, different vibe, different merch. Where'd it go? Check out the new SUMPP shirt. Hold on. Designed by Zach Taylor from Austin, Texas. Tattoo artist. Yeah. So how is playing a 10-year-old song moving on? And this is the answers. When I decided to stop doing Downtown Brown, we had to fill a set. And I think the main part about moving on from the DTB stuff, because when I listen to a lot of that lyrics, it's so fucking cringe, like trying to be edgy in 2010. We had a song called fucking Friend Zone. And it was like, the song's trying to be funny, but it's just not funny. It's not funny. I just don't think it's funny. I'm a different person now. I'm not the same dude. So I didn't want to be in Downtown Brown anymore. The shit is kind of cringe. And the thing is there's a lot of songs that I really enjoy playing in Downtown Brown that I would like to kind of concentrate on that vibe. And that's the vibe of like being transparent and talking about like where I'm at now and how I feel. So a song like Pills makes total sense in a SUMPP set, because the SUMPP set is me being like, hey, my dad slept on the couch and, you know, I'm fucked up, man. I'm like, I've been unpacking a lot since my dad died in 2016. And the idea is to move on from the resentment and the pain and the hatred that I was holding on to my whole life against this person, and being able to look at the situation and be like, try to have a better understanding of it, and just be like, he was a flawed dude and he didn't realize the pain he caused, and he didn't realize the lasting impression he caused on us, my sister and my brother and myself. And now that I'm aware and acceptant of who he was, and I will never know why he did the things that he did, and why he never recognized that they were wrong, and he never apologized. The goal is to accept that this happened and it's time to move on. Just like it's time to move on from this fucking studio. And I should have done more podcasts when I was living here. In retrospect, you know, I've been here for fucking 2 years and I probably churned out a couple of handfuls of podcasts. But this was a transition. This was moving on from the dream. And the dream was move to California and make Downtown Brown famous. Like it was the last kind of, it was the last squirt of nut from that proverbial penis. That was the Downtown Brown. It was like we had very little load left. And that was like the last little squirt, was just like, okay, I've been doing this shit for fucking 21 years. And I went out to California and did it for 5. And when you go, and this is the thing, man, when you're a band from Detroit and you travel and you go all over the country and you've been doing it for a fucking decade, like you go to places like California and they treat you like a touring band. But when you move to California and you become a Los Angeles based band, you become an LA local band. So it's funny because we had an agent out there and we had some sort of a managerial figure, and they were like they're like, come to California and all your dreams will come true. And that's why I wrote that song Laid Off, because it's like I literally was told by multiple people, like 3 or 4 different people, come to California and all your dreams will come true. And then when I was finishing writing Laid Off, and it goes, and now I'm in my basement while my girlfriend's at work. And now I'm in a pandemic and the world is on fire. So it's like, yeah, the last little nut that was left in the downtown brown penis, it already left. It left, like when I went to California, that was it. That was the last ditch effort. So when we came back here and we started doing shows again, it felt off. It's like, why am I after 20 something years, like I went to California, I tried, and we just became a local band. Moved out to California. We actually got paid less money once we moved out to California than we were when we were on tour visiting California. Imagine that. You go to California and they cook you steak dinners, and everyone that you know out there is like, move here. It's the promised land. Your dreams are going to come true. And then as soon as you land there, they stop giving you the steak dinner. And they stop prioritizing you. You just, because you're there. You just become a guy with a van that they could throw on a gig here and there, which was nice. We got to do some cool gigs. We did Guttermouth. We did, we played with HR, Bad Brains. We played with Fishbone a couple times. That was nice. But yeah, the promise of come to California, all your dreams will come true. No, they should have told me what was actually going to happen. Come to California and you'll become a Los Angeles-based local band. And there's a few of those. So to become a Los Angeles-based local band in a sea of Los Angeles-based local bands, it's kind of a step down from being a band in Detroit that actually can pull a couple hundred people. Like, we could pull a couple hundred people in Detroit. Why would we move to a city where we can't pull 15? That immediately lessens your value as a performer. So, yeah, so the idea is moving on from that dream, that 20-year-long dream of, I'm going to make something of this thing that I created. It's healthy for me. Just like I need to move on from the fact that I was abused growing up. I need to move on, accept it, move on, and try to live my life without just focusing all the time on the fact that I was mistreated and hurt, and it changed my life. When you're in that developmental stage of childhood, yeah, if all you want is to be loved and supported by your dad, and all you get is the exact opposite of that, yeah, that can affect you. But it happened. He's no longer on this planet. And he did affect my brother and my sister and my mother and I. But he's gone. It's over. So what am I going to do? Sit here and just be like, I still have the lasting, that's why I'm on the pills. I still have the lasting effects and the PTSD and the depression and the anxiety that all stems from the childhood trauma. I still have that, but I know where it comes from. I know that there's going to be no answers, and it's time to move forward. Same thing with the Downtown Brown thing. Went out to LA, did the thing. I worked really fucking hard. I put out so many albums, Downtown Brown this, Downtown Brown that, but that dream didn't work out the way I wanted it to. That it's over. And why just keep pushing this thing when I could just move on and do something new? And that's why it's an exciting time right now, because there isn't all of that baggage that goes along with being in a band for fucking 21 years and having a back catalog full of songs that some of them you really like and some of them are kind of some of them are kind of questionable, Especially because we were trying to be edgy. We were trying to say things that everyone else was afraid to say. And in retrospect, you're just like, that's not really funny. It's like it sounds to me like a mentally ill person with daddy issues just throwing a tantrum. And it's like, do I want to be connected to that for the rest of my days? Do I want to be the Downtown Brown guy? And then people be like, oh, I looked up your song, Get Your Wobble On. It was funny at the time, but I don't know. Like, do I identify with those lyrics now? No, I don't. So yeah, we're doing SUMPP, and I'm making music with Ron, and I'm making music with Dan, and I can do this thing just by myself too. Like, I went and played with Green Jello in Hollywood, and I got engaged that day. I got engaged to Allie. I literally went to Hollywood. I climbed up a hill. I got engaged. I fucking climbed back down the hill. I went to the Whiskey A Go Go. I plugged in a fucking drum machine, and I danced around, and it was fucking dope. I don't need a band. I don't need to like find musicians. I can literally just be a weirdo. Like, I can, and that's the thing about the pandemic, is the pandemic showed me that if I decide to move on, which I kind of already had in my brain, that all I had to do is find out a way to do what I do here with my stupid drum machines and my keyboards and my guitar, but do it on a stage. And I figured it out. And now I'm doing it. And it feels good. It feels good. So I moved on from Downtown Brown. I'm attempting to move on from the abuse that my father put me through. And now I'm moving on from this space. Moved on from California. It's like, we're in now. Have you ever seen Spaceballs where he's like, well, where are we now? He's like, right now, we are in now. But what about then? Then was then. We're in now. And it's 2023. Downtown Brown anything. I'm doing SUMPP. And we got a show on Saturday at the Loving Touch. And you learn how to, what's the word I'm looking for? You learn how to kind of compartmentalize things in a way. And when you become a person in your 40s, you get to the point in your life where you're like, I've lived this much life. What do I want to do differently going forward? And this is the answer that I've kind of come to going forward, is that you want to be present. Because you think about all the moments in your life where you were on fucking autopilot. You were thinking about what happened back then, or you were thinking about what's going to happen in the future. But this weekend, and especially right now, I'm like literally sitting in this place that I'm not going to fucking live in pretty soon. I'm not going to live here anymore. All this stuff is going to be off the walls in a house that Allie and I own. Like, man, we have to pay a fucking mortgage for it. Shouts out to patreon.com/Neil P. Neil P. Sign up for the Patreon and help a dude pay his mortgage. Just a little shout out. Yeah, I'm creating content on the regular, and I'm providing it to the public for literally no compensation. So if you want to help me live, if you want to help me pay this fucking mortgage that I have now, it'd be much appreciated. Patreon.com/Neil P. Neil P. But back onto, I'm here right now, 2023. I don't even fucking know the date. What's the date right here? It is March 22nd. And it is now, right? And so on Saturday, when I'm at the Loving Touch, I need to be there then. We're doing a canned food drive. We're doing a toiletry drive for the Hospitality House Food Pantry. I want to be in that moment. I want to be there with Ron. I want to be there with Dan. Allie is playing bass for Carmel. I want to be in that moment then. I don't want to be thinking about, this is what happened in California. This is what was promised to me. Why am I not there still? Because you're not. You're here now. Right now is now. And you're in fucking Madison Heights, Michigan. You just bought a house in fucking Hazel Park. And wait till you see the new setup. I'm going to have a whole basement. I'm going to be able to set up a drum set. Who knows? The content might explode into an unknown realm where not only, because, I mean, this has all been a journey, learning how to switch a camera. You know, it's a fucking journey. But now I'm here. I'm here now. And now. And I'm going to be pretty soon in a fucking basement where I'll have more space for my guitars and my bullshit, and I'll be able to continue to make stuff. Like this clip right here that got 140,000 views. It got 250,000 views on Instagram. That is just a clip from a show. And I was there then. I was there then singing about how I'm on pills now. And you take that moment because of cameras and technology and you put it on the internet and it starts a fucking discourse. And the discourse is pretty much that we sound like System of a Down butt fucking green jelly while Mr. Bungle sits in the corner and jerks off. And, you know, I'll take it. Because I'd rather be compared to things I like than be like, yo, this sounds like Imagine Dragons. You know? And I don't necessarily, I mean, I don't like Imagine Dragons, but like, why should I be afraid to be compared to Jack Black or be afraid to be compared to Mr. Bungle? Those were all in the 2000s, early 2000s, all that shit heavily influenced me. So I'll take it. At this point, I'll take it. And if human beings, if that's the extent of their ability to take in information and analyze it, is just to be like, this sounds like this. I guess human beings just need to make a comparison. When I listen to something, like, I don't know, the new 100 Gex came out, I listen to it, I'm just like, this sounds like new metal. I didn't say specifically what band, but there's elements of like new metal, elements of ska, elements of rock, elements of, and then there's like the hyper pop elements. It's just, but I'm not sitting there and be like, this sounds exactly like this band. I'm just trying to enjoy it. Enjoy the moment where you're ingesting the music. This moment exists on the internet, and this moment is now being shared by fucking hundreds of people, and they're saying, this guy's fucking crazy, or this guy looks like Nick Swartzen, or whatever. But the fact of the matter is all these moments are going to come to an end soon. So let's try to enjoy right now. If you're listening to this podcast, which some of you may be, that's insane to me. You're taking time out of your day to listen to me talk about now. That's insane. This is literally insane to me. I take time out of my day every single day to listen to this heavy spoiler show on YouTube, where it's this, I think he's Australian or British, this guy, he's just talking about Last of Us. He's making like hour-long videos every other day about the Last of Us TV show and the video game. And I literally spend more time with that guy than I do with my fucking mother. That's mind-blowing. But when I'm going on a walk and I'm listening to him talk, sometimes I'm not there then. Sometimes I'm not in now. I'm thinking about something else and I have to like go back in the video and start it over because my brain is thinking about then, or thinking about next week, instead of being now listening to heavy spoilers on my fucking phone while I'm going on my 5-mile walks. I don't know if any of this makes sense, but what it comes down to is it's easy to not envelop yourself fully in the past if you're in the present and if you're mindful that it is now. And so 2023, I would like for it to be the year where I'm not sitting around thinking, oh, I can't believe the people in California made promises to me that never happened. There was a pandemic and shit happens, you know? People blow smoke up your ass. It isn't that these people don't think I'm talented or don't think that there was potential there. It's just that this shit's a little misguided, you know? You can tell someone, hey, come out here and I will help you. And then they come out and you do nothing. That shit happens all the time. That's just Hollywood, baby. It's the way it works. But it's now. That was years ago. We moved here 2 fucking years ago. It's been now for a minute now. So what are we going to do? Got this fucking house? A, gonna find a way to fucking pay for it? B, that's it. That's now. Hold on. Buff is going crazy. One sec. Everyone, Crunch has something to say. Come here. Crunch? Crunch, talk to me. Why'd you stop talking? Anyway, here's Crunchness, baby. And it was then when we say hi to the camera, when we rescued Crunchness from the streets of Long Beach. And now it's now. It's 2023 in Madison Heights, Michigan, and Crunch is here. Think about that. think about the fact that in 2020, we all were like locked in our fucking houses and getting free money and thinking that shows would never come back again. And now, you know, I find myself bitching to my partner about why come the people who are playing this show on Saturday aren't promoting it as hard as me, like it's anything new. And the fact of the matter is, in now, people find importance to do what they want to do. And if they want to sign on to a show and not really promote it because some fucking loud guy is going to promote it louder than all of them, then that's just the reality of now. You know what I'm saying? Buff, come here. Tell the audience what you're thinking. So yeah, okay, and one last thing. The idea of moving on is going to be taking steps in the direction of life in a way that's considered healthy. And I want to real quick talk about my friend John. My friend John suffers from alopecia. My friend John recently explained anxiety to me in a way that kind of fucking blew my mind. And it made me think a lot about how I want to go forward in the now. Dealing with my anxiety and kind of compartmentalizing my anxiety in a way that I think is more productive. So when John gets really stressed out, he loses fucking patches of his hair. And it kind of, I don't know when it started happening to him, but he started posting pictures online and he just had like patches of his hair missing. And he's like, yo, dog, I have alopecia. And this was like around the time the Will Smith slap thing happened. He like actually came out with it and said, I have alopecia. It was topical because, you know, Jada Pinkett Smith has alopecia, and then the slap happened, and you know it was a topical thing. People were talking about alopecia. My friend John's like, I have alopecia, but he's got his hair again. Think about this: he was able to convince his brain to compartmentalize his anxiety and his stress in a different way, and this is the way he explained it. Now bear with me for a second. He explained the way he compartmentalizes his anxiety is as such. There's the anxiety that you feel in your chest when you're being chased by a lion, or when you're fearful, when you feel like you're in danger. And then there's the anxiety of you're kind of excited about something and you don't know what's going to happen, like you're going on a date with a person you're attracted to. And when I was talking about it on the phone, I made this analogy, like you're about to open for the Insane Clown Posse, which is something that I've done. When we were about to open for the Insane Clown Posse in front of like 1,500 juggalos in Toledo, Ohio, I thought something bad might happen, but it wasn't like there's a lion chasing me, I'm in fear. It was like, oh, but something cool might happen. It was like I'm nervous, a little butterflies in your stomach. So we got the two different forms of anxiety. We got the butterfly shit, and we got the I'm being chased by a lion, I am fearful, I am in danger. So I never thought about anxiety like that. Like there's two different kinds of it. I just always compartmentalize anxiety in my brain as it being this just one thing that I suffer from, and it wreaks havoc on me. But my friend John says once he was able to start thinking about his anxiety, like his fearful anxiety, and recognize that this is fearful anxiety, he found a way somehow in his brain to switch it to the kind of like butterfly anxiety. I don't know how he did this, but he's a very inspirational person to me because he was able to fix the shit by himself with his own brain power to the point where his hair stopped falling out. Because he was able to take situations where he was genuinely fearful and make himself kind of excited about it. And which, think about that. If you're in life and you're finding yourself in situations where you're like, I don't know, driving a van, you're genuinely fearful that this truck is going to come into your lane. Maybe that's not a good example. But let's just say you're in a situation where you could be genuinely fearful. Find a way to turn that into butterfly excitement. And that's going to be my goal for this year. Is instead of being like, what's going to happen? How am I going to pay for this house? Yeah, this is scary. How am I going to like make this much money a month? But then kind of change it in my brain to, well, maybe this is an opportunity, Neil, for you to really prioritize your hustle and growing your skill set and getting better at making videos and getting better at drawing, and just find a way to make this thing that you're scared of and you're uncertain of into this like exciting, like, oh, think about how much I'm going to grow, with the goal in mind being of like possessing equity in a home, you know? Because I'll be fucking 1,000,000% honest with you. It's fucking terrifying to think that, I mean, granted, we were paying rent for however many years, and our rent payment isn't that much, our mortgage payment isn't that much more expensive than rent, except we're going to be actually investing into equity of something that my fiance and I actually own, which is amazing, and it's a blessing. But the fear is like, how am I going to do this? But maybe it shouldn't be a fear. Maybe it should be an exciting butterfly. I'm going to do this, and who knows what might happen? It might be amazing. Or, you know, I might fall off a cliff. Nobody really has the answer to any of this shit. So at the end of the day, California's over. Downtown Brown is over. My dad's dead. And instead of sitting here thinking about, oh, I wish I would have done this, and I wish he would have done that, and I wish things would have gone this way, guess what? There's no such thing as a fucking time machine. So maybe now can be now. And instead of me thinking about and fucking obsessing over, oh, this person doesn't like me anymore, and why come I'm not friends with this person anymore? And worried about what people are saying about me and thinking about me, when I know in my heart and souls, in now, when I look in the mirror, it's like, dude, you've come a long fucking way. And you've done a lot of work on yourself. And you're a decent dude. And I got a dentist appointment tomorrow, not now. And I'm taking my mother to visit my nephew tomorrow, and we're gonna get the floors refinished on Friday. You know what I mean? It's fucking now. It's time to move on from then. I don't know if any of this makes any sense, but that's what I got for today. This is the podcast for today. This is episode 92 of SUPcast, and this is now in Madison Heights, and pretty soon it will be the future in Hazel Park, Michigan, where I'll have an entire fucking basement to make shit. And instead of being scared about how the fuck am I going to make this happen, I should be excited that being obligated to make this thing happen is going to make me grow. And the more I grow, the better version of myself I will become. And that's something to be excited about. That's something to have butterflies about. That's not something to fucking have chest anxiety. I'm being chased by a lion, I'm going to die about. So now all I have to do is convince my brain to perceive it that way. And that's why I'm on the pills. Maybe I should take more. Maybe I should get off them completely. I don't fucking know. And that's what I say in the clips. Let's watch the clip one more time. Let's watch the clip one more time. For posterity's sake, let's watch it one more time. And then you can go on Facebook and you could say that it's trash.
How many of y'all have mental problems? Raise your hand. I am on a drug called Lexapro. During the pandemic, I wasn't on Lexapro. Then I started taking Lexapro. And now my girlfriend says I'm easier to be around. Is it working? Is it a placebo?
I don't fucking know.
But give me the pills. Just give me the pills. Just give me the pills. That's what this song is about. I can't handle life, so I'm on pills. I'm stuck. One day we will all be dead, so listen to the words that Granny said. Got time to waste, paradise will feel those words, and this motherfucker put me here. Rock this toast, rock your place, rock your motherfucking face. Yeah! Pills. 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 Pills.
So there we go. That's the clip, bro. That's the clip. So at the end of the day, don't listen to a goddamn word I have to say about mental health practices. You need to find your own solutions. I'm not telling you to be on pills. But the one thing I will recommend to anyone I talk to is talk therapy with a licensed fucking psychologist. Will change your fucking life. And once you start to unpack why you are who you are, and once you start to unpack your trauma and you realize that so much of what you do is auto responses based on your trauma of you trying to protect yourself from that shit happening again, it's a start, man. And then you got to put that shit into practice, and you just got to stick with it. And you got to be kind to yourself. You got to be patient with yourself, and you got to love yourself. And you know what? This shit is not easy. I struggle every single fucking day with all of it. So let's just try to be in now. And let's try to look forward to future, not with the fear of what terrible shit's going to happen, but maybe the hopefulness and the butterfly type anxiety of it might be cool. And that's all I got to say today. Love you. Take care of yourself. And I'll see you in the new studio. Okay, bye. Hey, you made it to the end. What'd you think? Sign up for the $5 tier on Patreon. $5 and up, you get to see everything we do as we're doing it. Be a part of this community and help this shit get made. So that's my spiel. Sign up for the Patreon and see you in the next video.